It's red left switch, Z right, sprint right G, U corner, halfback flat. Nice and easy, let's walk it, here we go.
All right, Booney, we are going to celebrate a man named Steve Spagnuolo on this film breakdown here. Spags, the blitz master himself.
Hey, did you hear what Chris Jones said? We'll continue to keep winning Super Bowls as long as Spags doesn't take a head coaching job. And I was like,
wow,
dude, are we what?
I love it.
I did too.
There's been a bunch of great breakdowns of especially the 4th and 5 play here. And so we'll add Alex Boone, by the way, 10 plus years in the NFL trenches, played in the Super Bowl, started in the Super Bowl with the Niners. Our guy Jeremiah Sirles, also part of the O-line committee. We're going to have to ding our guy because he is missing these film breakdowns. But, yeah, he's doing his A job. He's an agent. He's down at the Senior Bowl this week. So
I'm tired. But,
dude, it is – I think some of the stuff that's coming out in the reporting, too, that Spags saves stuff. He essentially spent the entire game setting up the Bills. They were blitzing from the opposite direction. They were showing – they would creep a couple guys down, and you can break some of these plays down for us. And then in that moment, the highest leverage key moment of the season, and he flips the script on what he's been doing for the first 2.5 hours of the football game. Just a mastermind of blitzing. So let's break this down, dude. This is just going to be a handful of plays. The Chiefs pressuring and/or blitzing the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen.
I'm super upset that Jay's not here to defend his team after he was like convincing me to go all in. After all year, I've been saying the same thing. I could never bet against Patrick. And finally, he's like, this is it, man. You got to trust me. You got to believe me. They're built to beat the Chiefs. Nobody is built to beat the Chiefs, okay? They just do things. And a lot of it is, you're right, everyone's so afraid of Patrick, but what Spags does on the other side has caused so much confusion. And people are always like, well, why is it so hard? It's hard because it's loud. And I have 10 seconds to figure out who everybody is and who everyone's blocking. And God forbid, if you guess wrong, you are screwed. And everyone's moving around. And you just said it. Spags is pulling things out from week 1 and week 2. And guess what? We didn't have enough time in the week to go over every single blitz that he did. So we were just mostly like, hey, of the 600 that we saw, are we fairly certain we know what we're doing? Sure, coach. That's a lie. That's a lie. In the last play of the game, blitzing the corner.
Yeah.
You are diabolical. You, son, are diabolical.
We'll work our way to that play here, by the way.
Look at Chris Jones.
Actually, you know what we should do? We should just read Jay's ragey text messages from the end of that game.
He was
his
so
emotional.
mad.
This was supposed to be it. This was supposed to be
so mad.
Josh Allen, by the way, tried to throw 2 interceptions on the first drive of this game. Just did not settle in.
You know what? It just... It wasn't what I thought. I love how Chris Jones like, now you go over there. I'm going to go over here. Pause it. Why? Because now I got exactly what I want. I got me and Karlaftis right where we want us.
Yeah, so 95. Okay, you go over here.
Switches right there. Pause.
So what do you think that, because he's doing this,
he's forcing you to
game.
make a decision. Do you see all these numbers to the left? Are you going to slide to the numbers, or are you going to slide to us, the 2 pass rushers? This is the classic Aaron Donald. Who was it? Wade Phillips used to do this to us all the time. Are you gonna block Robert Quinn and Aaron Donald? Are you gonna take on this possible blitz from the left? The problem is they're running this kind of, I don't know, you'd say it's almost like a stutter pass. Go back real quick. It's like a stutter pass, but they pull their center. I hate it when we pull our center. It's very tricky. Puts this guard on the backside in a real bind. See how he's working through this whole thing. Edwards is trying to get there as fast as he can. Dude, Chris Jones is such a menace. He's so big, and he's so strong. See how he gets his hand right there? Go back.
Yeah.
That's where he wins. He gets Osiris Torrance's outside hand right there. See his hands on his wrist.
Him like grabbing his wrist. Yeah.
And what he needs to do is the minute he gets touched on the outside, he needs to replace a little faster. Now he tries, but Chris does a great job of not allowing him to create separation, which just keeps him running the hump right now, right? Now, I'm not going to consider that to be really pressure.
Yeah, but so technically it was classified as a pressure.
It shouldn't be.
But if you're Josh Allen, I know you're going to fight for the offensive line rep here. But if you're Josh Allen, whether this is an official pressure or not, you know it's coming very quickly, and it does feel like he rushes a little bit, sails this. I mean, that should have been a pick.
I mean, there's 3 red jerseys there, dude. I don't know that I'm throwing it there, regardless
Yeah, it was.
or not.
So, and then this is just kind of planting some seeds early in the game here. Now Chris Jones is back on the other side.
Go. See how close everybody is to the line of scrimmage. It's. I'll tell you what, he does a great job of getting away from this.
Man.
This throw, though, I'm telling you, they were just out of rhythm to begin with. It wasn't a little bit. Here we go. We're back in our even front. Notice how we've split Karlaftis and Chris Jones now. So we're kind of like, all right.
So we got Karlaftis over here, and we have Chris Jones over here, right?
Mm-hmm. What's going to happen? Uh-oh. Here comes Bolton. He's getting too close for me, boys. He's telling them, that's us right there. Right?
So he's IDing 32 saying, that's us.
That's us.
We have to pick him up.
We have officially put everybody on an island. Here we go. What the papa? Edwards.
Now Karlaftis drops back here.
Go back. Edwards oversets too much. Stop. Don't take another kick. You're open too much, and you've kicked way too far. See how he keeps going? He takes like almost 1 or 2 extra little kicks, and it causes Chris Jones to come inside on him. And that is one of the hardest positions to be in because you're not strong on your inside because your foot is up.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's clearly into his face mask too, but I mean, the chances of you getting that call are 50-50. See, he ends up taking like 2 or 3 kicks when it should just be that. See that second kick right there? It puts him too far outside. And the minute that they go inside on us, we are not strong. And they knew this was going to happen because, look, they're dropping out the backside. They're basically like, we trust Chris Jones enough to get through here that we're going to drop everybody over here into coverage and just mess with you. Like, dude, this is almost a 3-man rush.
Amazing job by Josh Allen to avoid a sack there.
Yeah, but then you throw that, and it's like,
man. So just kind of like right off the bat, just a couple pressures, just kind of threw him off his base a little bit, and every drive matters, man. And they had to throw away their first drive. So we get a little deeper in the game. It's like Spags didn't really start cooking till later, but look at this, man. That's a free runner right there. So now we start to mix in these sort of exotic, anyone can come from any which direction. Where did this dude?
Right there. He's just walked up.
Where's he coming from?
Justin Reed. He was walked up in the beginning.
There we go.
Right there. The problem with this is it's gone protection. So the back is out. Everybody's out. We've ID'd Nick Bolton, so we're in some sort of a Rocco, right?
So you've ID'd 32.
So now the left tackle, and he keeps asking for clarification. And I know he's looking at the ball now. So, all right. I'm not going to throw anybody on the bus because everybody knows I love Dion. Technically, by the letter of the law, because this is gone and we're sliding to 32, we would want to technically slide to 20.
Okay, so he's essentially supposed to like wash 20 down here.
Well, no, the question is, which way is strength? Because gone, you always want to go weak. Is that Kincaid at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then this is technically it's a 2x2. Strength is left. Yeah, you would want to go to Bolton. He's telling him. Yeah. He asks him right there. See how he points to his helmet and taps it and look. When you point to your helmet like that right there and you're telling him, I have him, we have him, right? Like this helmet will take him. But
so
then
the center is saying,
but then they also point at 20 earlier too. So I think this is where the confusion kind of comes in.
Is it possible that the 20 backing off here You think, okay, he's actually
that's what I'm
backed
saying.
off now.
Go back to the beginning, because in the beginning, Edwards taps his hat and points at 20. Right there, see? Point. We have him.
But then he backs off.
Exactly. And this is where it gets hard when you can't hear anything, right? And all of a sudden, Josh goes, no. Hold on. He asks him, where are you going? And he says, no. I want you to go to 32. Go to 32. And that's why he taps his helmet and says 32. So technically here, Dion should have to know that 20 is his, right? He's our hot guy. I mean,
or is Josh supposed to know?
No, Josh has to know too. But the problem becomes the minute he comes, he's like through the line of scrimmage by the time Josh catches the ball.
Again, the fact that he gets a completion on this is incredible.
Insane, right? But once again, this is Spags causing chaos. 20's walked up, we're taking him. Then Josh is like, no, I don't want to take him. You did want to take him. That was the right move. Oh, somebody just gets leveled by McGovern. Oh, my God. Watch this. Yeah. I got him. It's very chaotic out there, if anyone didn't realize. Boom. Oh, Dion got the worst of that. Oh, no. Here we go. We're in an odd front. This technically would be a 5-0 look again, right? Two guys walked up. Let's just make it simple.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he got messed up bad. Go back. This looks like it looks like the down linemen are sliding to the right and they want the linebackers to loop outside of that, which is obviously like a 5-man twist out of a 5-0, which would be, see how everyone's kind of moving in and the linebackers are just chilling, because see how the guards get in front of everybody? It's very rare that the guards would be in front of the line of scrimmage like that.
Yeah,
but they should have got.
They're almost like ineligible man downfield.
Go back real quick. I'm going to say this. If they would have gotten off the line of scrimmage, this becomes moot point, because all of a sudden nobody's running on the inside of us, right? Like if Osiris, Torrance, and Edwards were to kick back with these linebackers, see how they jump them? And now they're ahead of everybody. They're not in sync with the tackles. They're not in sync with the center. They've kind of created their own new line of scrimmage. And now they're kind of like, oh, shit, we can't help anybody. See that? Go back. This is incredible. It's also just kind of a bad set by the guards, because you would think that as these guys are standing up here, they would continue to kick back with the tackles to be like, well, hey, if these guys aren't causing a threat, I'm going to sit in here and protect my tackle, right? Same thing with the center. See how the center gets edged right away, which ends up causing Dion.
Okay, I'm processing this from a fan standpoint. This is kind of crazy. So basically, now the Bills call a 5-0 here again, right?
Yep.
Is this a 5-0, right? You got 5-0. So what Spags and the Chiefs are doing is they're essentially using these linebackers as decoys.
Correct.
To draw the guards out of the protection.
But you shouldn't be able to do that.
And then behind that, they're running a twist with their down linemen.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, if the guards just set back, like take normal kicks, they fall into all of this, right? 90 falls into Edwards. Chris Jones is eventually going to run into Osiris Torrance when he starts putting, or right here, as soon as I set back as the right guard, you see all those ribs that are exposed? They have now become broken. I cannot let Chris Jones run through here. Dude, Dion took the worst of that. But once again, here's Josh running around, right? How do you beat Josh Allen? You get him flustered. You get him running around. Get him to think it's man, but it's zone. Think 5 are coming, but it's really 3. It's this whole cat and mouse, this chess game that becomes a lot.
Man, this is just more chaos, man. More chaos. Let's speed through this one, actually. Just this, and then there's 2 plays at the end here that.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, same thing, right? But now everything's changing. Go back. It's the same look as before. The linebackers walk up, right? He's telling them, hey, we're out here. We're sorting this out here. Right here. Boop, boop. He's telling him, you got him. We're going out here. Get in there, Cook.
But then we got 32 Bale in there too, and he winds up tipping that pass.
Yep. I'm telling you, man.
These last 2, so this is I mean, the Bills, this is final drive here, needing to score points or the season's over. And Josh Allen sees essentially this is a zero blitz coming.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of a brilliant check.
It's the perfect check.
This probably should have been a touchdown. Actually.
I'm not saying anything other than I wish it would have been Shakir or Keon Coleman, right? Somebody that's going to catch it and boogie. Because look where everybody is. They're all at the line of scrimmage. So if you can just break through this one little block, this game is over. This is the perfect call versus this blitz. Look, we are number for number, hat on a hat. Catch the goddamn ball and run. Run. You are not an idiot. You see that every single swinging dick is in this box. You need to go. Doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. Look at this. We're straight zero, baby. We are zero. Everybody's covered up.
So if he catches this clean and gets that first step, there's no way Karlaftis, who's 2 yards
ball
behind
should go
him,
right behind Spencer, not in front, behind. Watch, go.
And so he kind of cuts it up this way too. Right?
I don't know why you are. I don't know why. You should just follow right up. Look, he's trying to kick him out for you, dude. I know. I know.
Even if he cuts it there,
I know.
He gets it first down. So this is like a third and whatever.
I think this is third and 10.
10.
That's 5, and the next one's 4th and 5.
Let's go from the back.
That's a great play call. I mean, it's a great check. Hey, if we get 0, kick it out there now.
So we're canning here.
Everyone's like, wait, what are we doing? Yeah, I'm going.
And he just wastes no time. Zing.
Dude.
I mean, that ball, not enough is being made about. Everyone's talking about Dalton Kincaid and the drop, which we'll get to, but like
right there. We'll go back. Right there. If Amari Cooper runs left, right there, as tight as he can off of Spencer Brown, he brings the defender to Spencer. You're supposed to use your blockers, not abuse your blockers, right? You see this guy's coming to kick out a safety. Your right tackle is 330 pounds, and he's about to kick out a 185-pound guy, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to make this a little bit harder. Follow the block.
Well, this is the play.
This is it?
This is the play right here. Again, to even get rid of this ball. The ball's kind of fluttering, changing directions. I mean, it's all high degree of difficulty, but
look at you making an excuse.
Well, I did. I mean, it was you'll see it. You got to catch it, but
you got to catch it. That's your job.
So what's the offensive line? Let's run this full speed, and then you tell us.
Do we see a declaration? I'm sure he's sliding to the left. It's probably a loco. Yep, it is. All right. So I think if you go back to the beginning, they were starting to the right again. They were starting to the right because me and Jay watched this, I'm pretty sure. Because we were like, no way, Josh totally took them out of the protection.
Yeah,
Hold on.
This is kind of the...
Slow it. I think he's going to re-mic it. I'm almost positive we saw him re-mic it. Because we were like, no way Josh did that.
It might be. I mean, the NFL might have not in conspiratorial way, but they might have just clipped it.
Clipped it out, yeah. All right, so listen, I think we were starting, once again, we're in gone protection. Kincaid is to the left. We would want to slide to the weak side, right? Because we have numbers to the left. Go back to my wide real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I'll make you go back. We had numbers to the left. We got enough numbers over there?
Got 4 wide receivers over here.
Now, I want you to get rid of the bottom because I want to show you something. We did look at this. Me and Jay looked at this for a long time, and we were like, hey, everybody pay attention. I'm not naming names. I'm not calling anyone out. Do you see 4 receivers over here? How many DBs do you see?
3.
Do you think that they're going to fucking cover 3 over 4? Serious question. Do you think they're going to cover 3 over 4?
You better get there.
Just
quick.
remember, though. Just remember, you're in a chaotic situation. It's 4th down. Everyone's screaming. It's not you and me sitting here just talking, having fun, drinking a cup of Joe. Bolton is clearly coming out. Okay? we would not want to go to him. A good offensive line would look up, and the minute that he sent us left, we'd be like, no, we have numbers. It's 4th down, stupid. They're not just going to let 3 dudes run up the field and one guy scream behind them for 1st down. That's not going to happen, right? If anything, everybody would be pressed up here, but they're not. It's clearly zone. This guy's dropping. I would keep the slide to the right. And 2, if you keep it to the right, you don't allow, I think that's Justin Reed right there, up in that A gap or B gap over Osiris Torrance. You don't allow him to have to squeeze with my right tackle, right? Like right here. I'm like, man, there's a safety over this guy too. I got 4 receivers to the left, and my second safety is on the other side of the field.
So he's for sure covering for a blitzer.
He's not covering anybody. He's probably he's probably just there to cover this whole second half of the field. So it's like, okay, they seriously don't have numbers to the left at all. And now they're putting an extra guy to the right. Why? Oh, because they're going to blitz from that side, stupid.
So essentially, between Josh Allen and the center, they just ID'd this wrong.
Well, he probably got scared. And see now how all of a sudden Justin Reed is just coming in untouched. Once again, cannot have that. But now look who else is chasing him. The corner. Oh, no. Dude, you, sir, are diabolical. Should have caught that. 90's never been so happy in his life.
Oh, that's a palms up. I know he's laying down. That's a palms up. That's a palms up right there. Warranted, because, the season was on the line.
Warranted.
But, wow.
Yeah.
So,
see,
there's one more time.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot of chess in the checkers. You got to be smart.
But I think you nailed it here. I
still don't understand why they're not squeezing this.
The simplest explanation I've heard from anyone all week is you have 4 receivers to your left, and the Chiefs have 3 defenders covering 4 receivers, already outnumbered.
Yeah.
There is 0 chance on a 4th and 5 that they don't drop someone from, and the someone is almost certainly 32 here.
Correct, right? But remember,
so the threat is here.
Correct. Dude, you have so many guys over there with 1 receiver. You have 3 DBs with 1 receiver. Hello.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. In that situation, he probably looked up and was like, there's no way it's this easy. There's no way. No. Go left. It's so hard to tell you what he's thinking because, number one, you have 10 seconds to make a decision and you can't hear anything and everyone's like, snap the ball. And you're like, God, I hope I get this right. But once again, we don't squeeze the backside. We're forcing all this pressure on our quarterback to get rid of this ball on a 4th and 5. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. It's sad because I do love Josh Allen. I think he's a great player. I think he had a great year. I think he's calmed it way down, right? But then we just saw 2 interceptions almost. And it's like, does it rear its ugly head when we don't want it to? Is that how this is going to be? At the same time, the offensive line giving up pressure. Dude, there's just so much. And you and I both know that when you're playing Kansas City, you can't be dealing with this, right? You got to be a whole step above them, 2 steps above them if you're going to go in and confidently be like, this is our game. In their house, in the AFC Championship, after they won the entire conference, after everybody was like, yeah, they'll be okay. You got to know what you're fighting. You have to know who you're fighting and what their morals are. And I just didn't see it from the Bills, man. And I feel almost like the Vikings with them sometimes. I'm like, am I going to keep pushing this rock up the hill?
But the Vikings, they do it once every 8. They're both similar in that they're the only 0-4 Super Bowl teams, and they're both usually really good. The difference is, and I will concede this as wearing my Purple Daily hat here, the Vikings pop up once every 8 years, and they're contending for a Super Bowl, and then they suffer a tragic defeat, and then they go back to being competitive. The Bills now twice in the early 90s and then now have been probably the second best team in the NFL for a 6-year stretch.
Oh, yeah.
And they're 0-12 trying to win Super Bowls. It is devastating. And then between that, they missed the playoffs for 17 straight years. I feel terrible for Bills fans.
I do too, especially because, dude, I still don't believe Jeremiah when he's like, nobody wants to live in Orange Park. Dude, that is a lie. If the Bills were to be like, hey, you want to come play? I'd be like, goddamn right, I do. I do. Can I go through a table before every game too? Can I, please? It'd be so fun. It's this moment that you're like, got to get over this hump, right? I got to get over Spags. I can't let this stupid corner come in here and just
chess match, man. Spags. So he's got 2 weeks to prepare for the Eagles, and I can't. I mean, it's two teams that I ordinarily would just be rooting against, probably in a Super Bowl, Eagles and Chiefs. But it'll be fun to see that chess match play out. So he's
Absolutely.
Alex Boone. He's the Rhino. A decade in the NFL trenches here. For our guy Jay, who's down at the Senior Bowl, we'll get him back on the pod next week here if you haven't already, or we won't, and then we'll keep finding him until he comes back. Click that like button and the subscribe button here if you're new to the O-line committee. Super Bowl coming up around the corner.